Hi ladies, I'm Marianne Cherry, who is currently sitting in the presidential hot seat for WAOW. I'll probably be remembered as the president who had to cancel all the fabulous festivities for Settlers West our 50th Jubilee. It's a gorgeous show, absolutely dynamic show. I want you to know that sometimes life throws you some curves, but the women who were accepted into that show really hit the ball right out of the park. It's stellar. So that being said, I want to talk a little bit about this horrible year. I feel that we have both an opportunity and a responsibility this year in 2020. We have the opportunity to stay home, the responsibility to stay home, and at the time that we are cloistered like monks, we can be creating a lot of wonderful art in our studios. We can be planning, we can be rewriting our brochures, and that's what my talk's going to be on today. But I also feel we have the responsibility to continue to share our art and other people's art all over the world, because right now people are stressed, people are afraid. They need to have something to distract them, and artists are very good at putting out beautiful things, thought-provoking things, wonderful sculptures, things that really make your heart focus on something other than the misery that has been the norm the last few weeks. So that being said, this talk is called The Silky Turnip. And yes, you heard it right, it is the silky turnip. So don't go get your coffee right now, because I'm going to tie this in. The first thing I'm going to bring out is something you wouldn't expect. It is the Burpees Seed Catalog. So I think they're going to forgive me for copyright or trademark infringement, because I'm going to give them a really good plug. Who in their right mind would order something from a catalog called Burpees? Would you order your vegetables from them? Because here is their write-up, and let me tell you, their write-up, their writer is not getting paid enough. So let me get my reading glasses on, and they're a little crooked, so bear with me. I dropped them on the floor, and my foot, without any input from my brain, decided to stomp on them, so they're crooked. So here's the Silky Sweet Hybrid, a Burpee exclusive. Silky Sweet Judo flips the turnip. You'd think it was a skinless, coreless apple, but with a light sweetness and faint echo of its mustard ancestry. A satiny touch, crispy texture, and surprising moistness make it seductively snacky. Even the taproot strings are tasty. Healthful too, with magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, and folate. Sow in the garden early spring and late summer for bushels of 2.5 to 3 inch snow white orbs of delight. How do you like them turnips? Okay ladies, that's the challenge. If they can make turnips sound exciting, seductive, sensual, something that we really want, because I feel like going out and buying turnip seeds, then we should be able to make more interesting write-ups about our art, about our paintings, and about our sculpture. So I think while we are cloistered like monks in our studios, we need to either try to refine the pattern that we use in an art show room or at an art show trying to sell our work. We need to rewrite our brochures. We need to think about wonderful adjectives, for instance, like from this flower catalog where it's the Raspberry Eclipse Daylily and the Double Pardon Me Daylily. We need to use some better adjectives, some more descriptive way of talking about why we painted something. If the buyer doesn't know why we wanted to paint something, he's not going to know why he should buy it. So we have to make that painting or that sculpture sound exciting. It has to resonate with something that he remembers, or it has to take him to a place that he's never been and would like to go. So think about adjectives, think about describing your colors with something other than blue, yellow. It's not blue. This right here, this tube is called King's Blue, which denotes royalty, it denotes richness. You want to talk about the blue that the sky shows in a hot summer day. You want to think about flower fields. You want to think about a carnival of raspberry pinks and lemon yellows. Describe your work and title your work with things that resonate with a possible customer, a possible buyer. That being said, right now our responsibility is to everyone, whether they can afford our work or not. So Well, we are taking the time to rewrite those bios and rewrite those brochures. Be sending out your images every day on social media if you can. And being able to share them with people, I think, is extremely valuable because it gives a little brightness to their day, something else to think about that is visual. So, I was shamed into giving this talk by Christine Dreyer and Amy Evans. Not because they said a word to me, but because their actions spoke louder than words. Christine spent an entire day putting little video clips out that my husband could join together so that you could actually see the images and hear the announcement of winners for our virtual award ceremony. And Amy Evans, you can't imagine how surprised I was when I saw her in a photo holding up these ribbons, because ladies, these ribbons, they're as big as dinner plates. They look like something that you would be awarded after you won the Kentucky Derby. So we didn't include a lot of them in the video of the awards reception, but definitely we will include it with everybody who won an award. Will get a picture of Amy holding up that ribbon because they are remarkable and they are a day brightener. I'd also like to thank Nori Thorne for the beautiful catalog. See, she often is forgotten because that catalog just appears like magic. She's so good at it. And the ad people, Jan DeLipsey and Elise Mahaffey, fabulous jobs always. And our boots on the ground, we had Rose Collins, Linda Landon, and Risa Walt working in Tucson as our boots on the ground, getting reservations organized, places to eat. We had Heather Cohen working behind the scenes, tirelessly trying to talk to buyers, or not buyers, but sponsors for our awards, and she did a fabulous job. Then we had, of course, Amy Evans and Christine Dreyer, who worked tirelessly as show chairs. And we had Sarah Kennedy and Carol Amos, who originally made the contract with Settlers West and Sue Johnson for us to have that wonderful venue. Of course, Christine took the time to thank Stuart Johnson in her award ceremony, but I want to thank him again because, frankly, you can never say thank you too many times to people that go out of their way to put together a beautiful presentation like Stuart Johnson and his staff have done. And I want to thank Mike at Settlers West for the wonderful slideshows that he's put online. And Darcy and Barney Pete, who took the time to go to the gallery and take lovely live video and still images that we could use. Always remember that there's never too many times when a person says thank you. It's usually never enough. Thank you, ladies, for all the time and effort. You put out your very best for this show. I'm sorry that it did not happen in the way that we expected, but it's still out there online. It's still being shown, and it will be shown for many, many months from now, just online. The slideshows, all of the video online, Nancy Romanowski with the social media, it's all been fabulous. And all we can do is all we can do. We have to be happy with what we can get accomplished during this terrible time. So there are always more shows, ladies, but there's only one of you. So stay home, create your work, be healthy and happy. And while you're working on your brochures, always think to yourself, okay, how do you like those turnips? Go get them, girls.